for old time's sake.
Okay. Anyways, greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamescast, episode 341. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Doing it live! Just for you, Mike.
And Tony Korkanakis.
You look tired. You should go to sleep.
Morgana.
Don't you think you should rest right now?
We had our, yeah.
Let's not do that today.
I like how the load screens even say take your time. Like, it just the load screens in that game say take your time. Man, yeah, we're obviously referring to Persona 5 here. Tony and I actually had a conversation on Twitter, which I thought was funny because we usually just talk in Slack, but I saw your post and I'm like, there are some useful things for Morgana. It's just, I understand your gripe, and I felt dirty using him in the Fourth Palace.
As a party member, sure, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's what I did. I used him in the Fourth Palace, but and it worked out great for me in the Fourth Palace. But I mean, he's just healing-wise so cool. But anyways,
yeah, it's pretty good.
Let's get into game news, and then we'll get into what we've been up to. Obviously, Persona 5's on two of us, heavy-wise. But first, last week we mentioned real quick that Nintendo had been the number one selling console for the month of March with its Switch, and we mentioned that Zelda was 1.3 million units and a super massive tie-in rate. It now is the number one best tie-in rate for any game ever for NPD tracking. We can tell you that.
It has to be because it's over 100%.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, it was, what was it? I forget what percentage it was, but it was like they sold 25,000 more copies than they sold Switches on the Switch. Mm-hmm. So,
well, let's just think about this too. Like, how many copies did you buy, Tony and Jim? You got the Master Edition.
Oh, I returned it,
not the Master,
but
the
I did
Special
return
Edition,
it.
And
did it not count returns?
Still, I don't know. I think it'd still count like that sold.
Yeah.
I got two, just because I didn't know if one was going to get canceled or not, because, you know,
right.
never
you gotta protect yourself.
Stuff. So I picked it up. I mean, they were both discounted because it was Amazon and Best Buy. So right. I got the other one.
I think people probably were trying to get the special edition or like the regular edition, or like, and then we're ending up getting both. I think that probably helped in the numbers. Yeah. But I mean, you're still over 100%. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I have the other one, and we'll see if it goes up in value. I think it will, obviously.
Oh, I think it will too.
Like the stupid, I have the Wind Waker HD special edition, and it comes with this like stupid little Ganondorf figurine. Not even an amiibo. This is before they did amiibo, and it was just like the limited edition, and it's like quadruple its price. I was just like, Jesus.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
One of my coworkers' friends apparently just found all these original Star Wars character figurines, like in his attic, all in packages.
Really?
Yeah, so he's like putting them up on eBay, and like they like selling out in like hours. Like
really,
like $200 for them.
Jesus,
it's ridiculous.
Getting paid.
Yeah, I mean that's what Matt does. He buys two of everything so they can have one to play with and then one to like keep pristine. And
yep, he does that for all of his figures.
Really?
Yes, he does. Yeah, I do that for. I don't think I do that for anything.
I mean, some things like I would. Like, if it's a Borderlands thing, I mean, obviously, you can see my shrine up there. But I will get multiple things. I mean, I have multiple copies of that game, and we talked about that on Slack, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, also could be, I think some people might have bought, like, the physical version just to keep collector, like, whatever, and then bought, like, the digital version.
Well, this didn't include digital
It loads
sales,
much quicker, too.
I'm sorry?
This didn't include digital sales.
The Nintendo official PR did include digital sales.
Oh, okay. That came out later.
It came out before.
No, because on the list here it's marked not digital sales. I'm looking at the list on VentureBeat right now for the NPD.
Right. But Nintendo announced their figures a week before NPD came out.
Oh, so I wonder if it would have beaten Wildlands. I don't know what Wildlands did because that was number one on the chart. Which is amazing because I don't know anybody that owns that game.
That's just one of those.
All I heard was bad things about it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those uber casual things.
I know Jeff Gerstmann on John Bomb was like slamming it, and it's just like this game should have come out in like the early 2000s. Is what I'm saying. Like that's what they sound like and they talk.
Wow.
It's so weird. Like I had no interest in it. I do know someone, you know him too, that owns this game because I see him playing it all the time. Kent.
Oh, wow.
But obviously.
That kind of conforms.
Ouch.
No, he started with Ghost Recon. That was like his first.
I mean, that's the first video game he ever played was Ghost Recon.
So
what?
It was. That's how I met Kent. Was playing Ghost Recon with somebody online, and he was at Corey's house. But I was like, I don't know who this guy is, and so I was just playing Ghost Recon with him, and that's how we got.
He's very big into He's a policeman, so he's big into military.
He always
firearms,
loves Splinter Cell. I mean, loves.
Yeah, he gets anything that has Tom Clancy's name on it. If it doesn't include flying in it, he's getting it.
If it doesn't have flying in it.
Essentially. So there's your. I mean, MPD. We'll go over the chart here. We got Wildlands at 1, Zelda at 2, Andromeda was at 3. See, now it's weird. This number, the whole number thing is off in my mind then, because I always thought Andromeda did like 1.2, but that can't be the case.
There's also all the EA was talking about, like with its projections. I think about a lot of its digital stuff, which NPD doesn't track at all. So, what's on that list is just the physical, right?
Yeah.
No. Some publishers do give digital.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go. I'll mention as I go through the list. How about this? So,
and Walmart, do they do Walmart still or not yet?
No Walmart. No Walmart. So Tom Clancy's digital sales, it's still number 1. It includes digital. I mean, it's always number 1. Okay. Number 2 is Zelda. Does not include digital sales. So that means that it's where I don't know where it's at. But Andromeda is 3. That does include digital sales. So we know that Zelda sold 1.3 with digital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means it sold less without digital, obviously. So is it under 1 million then from Andromeda?
It could be.
I mean, that's where I'm thinking it makes sense. Because then it has to. Okay, we have a range, Mike. We have a range.
I know, but how could they have been off by that much?
Horizon,
how could they have thought the first week would have been like 6 million and it's less than 1?
I'm just telling you the math. Horizon Zero Dawn did 650,000 physical copies. It does not include digital.
Wait, is this March or is it year to date?
March.
Oh, okay, because that came out in February.
Right, but it wasn't counted for February's NPD.
So they moved it all.
It cut off the last 2 days. So everything that's being reported now is all of the Horizons sold.
Yeah, I mean that's very good. I mean it did 1 million. It did 350,000 digital. I heard. Like that game, Horizon. Yeah. So it did 1 million as a brand new IP. That's fantastic for its first month.
And from a company that's not known for that.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, Mike, you have your range for both physical games, copies of games. I can tell you where your range is. I can just give it to you.
EA even made a statement that said the second best Mass Effect debut ever after Mass Effect 3, which if we go back to when that debuted, it was 1.3 million.
See?
In the first.
I'm going to say it's under 1 million. It did under 1 million. I think I'm very safe saying that. I'm saying
I think it probably was at 1 million.
900,000. That's what I'm saying it's going to be because I think Zelda did. Zelda had a pretty good digital attach rate. I really think it did.
I don't think it would have had too many. Because how many people are setting up the internet onto their Switch right away?
I don't know, but I know that it was actually tougher to find in the store at launch day, wasn't it? Like it was actually like there were kids I talked to that said they couldn't find it in the store when they went to the store, and I'm like, well, I mean, obviously,
what, Zelda or
so they bought it digitally. Like a couple of the kids I know.
Well, you just said right there, like it's selling out physically.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm just
saying. So it probably
like,
did a great amount physically.
100,000, 200,000 copies digital. Or you think it's 100,000? Whatever.
I think there's a much higher percentage of the Zelda was physical compared to Andromeda. Let's just say that.
Well, Andromeda
pushes like digital stuff a lot. So
all I'm saying is, Mike, this includes digital at number 3 on the list.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. I mean, it's Andromeda.
MLB The Show is number 5. That's physical only.
Man, I've not played a baseball game in like 7-8 years now, probably.
Yeah, me either.
I kind of miss it, actually. I miss my baseball games.
Yeah, it's just
big baseball,
like,
man.
Nostalgia-wise, Corey, you think that, and then when you finally play, you're like, I'm bored. That's what happens.
I mean, I'd much rather just like have a simulator and play the fantasy mode or franchise mode.
From this point on,
all my sports teams, I'd rather do that.
From this point on the list, all I'm doing are notables because I will not mention number 6. 4, it's the game we shall not speak of. For Honor was at 7, which is, I guess, pretty good for that. It's new IP, right? Nier,
the second best-selling game this year.
Yeah, so. Nier Automata was number 9. That's very good for that niche category game. I mean, that's very good. And then you got they do top 20 lists now. Is that normal?
Yeah, it was new this month.
1-2 Switch did 13, number 13. Biohazard's RE7 did 14. That's older. Bomberman R did 17. These are all, there's no digital, obviously. And that's it. The rest of them are all usual casuals that you're used to hearing. So, not bad. Good list. I mean, with the exception of number 6 on that list, I'm happy with it. I mean, if you listen to our podcast, you know what game I'm speaking of here. Yeah. So, it's amazing. I want to know what the life-to-date sales are for Grand Theft Auto 5. Can I please get that number? Like,
you're combining the remaster version.
I want the entire Grand Theft Auto 5 game. I want the amount sold. I just want to know. I don't know how you can. Please, somebody find this out for me.
Probably in the 30 million range.
Yeah, I would guesstimate around there.
It's got to be insane. Like, it's got to be the number one selling game of all time. It's got to be. It's always on the charts. Always on the charts.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. There's Super Mario Brothers, which gets resold to everyone like 10 times each year.
It's bundled too, yeah. So, yeah, that's high up there. I don't know. This is always charted though. It's always on the list. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. What else? NPD. Anything else? NPD we want to discuss? Are we good? I think we're good. Yeah, I think we covered the other stuff last episode. So I think we're good. But the hardware side, we covered it. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. More news. We have Microsoft Game Pass we talked about a couple of podcasts ago. They were in the alpha testing for that. That is ending, and we're expecting a launch for their Game Pass. Now, that's going to be their Netflix of games. No idea yet.
I got an email from them saying to log in to check it out.
Yeah, so did I. And then I went to log in to check it, and that email was deleted. It was gone. So
mysterious.
Yeah. It's like, I think maybe they just got rid of it. They're like, oh, wait, we don't have room. But I'm trying to get into the Gran Turismo beta. I tried to get into that. I couldn't get into that. So I was hoping to get an invite to that one. But anyway, so the Game Pass is launching soon. Last week Jim was very pissed. That's me. I was pissed because the NES Classic was discontinued, the motherfuckers. This week, right after that podcast, they announced that there was rumors that the Super Nintendo will be coming out now. This year, so it's exciting, and I hope they have a good list of games on it. If it's true, we don't know.
You really rather have an NES over a Super NES?
No,
Classic?
I think I'd get the Super NES more now.
God, stop saying Super NES.
I say the SNES.
It's awful.
Actually,
awful.
I say the SNES. I just say them out, like the NES and the SNES are my two things. Which people are like,
why can't you just say SNES?
Because SNES
Why
is
quicker?
faster.
SNES.
SNES is faster.
But it sounds disgusting.
It
sounds disgusting.
It does roll better off the tongue as the NES. I used to call it the NES like crazy.
All right. Anyway,
so the Super Nintendo Classic console, rumored to come out this year. Hopefully it has a longer cable than the NES Classic had.
Doubt it.
Yeah,
but
I know. But
I hope it comes out, though. But I really don't think that's where they want to go with this, though. Like, they want you guys to get the Switch.
The VC games.
So
yeah,
but again,
what?
Put out the virtual console, and like that's what they're gonna do at E3. Is gonna be like, hey guys, virtual console. Here's the stuff that you couldn't get, and here it is for you now. So
right,
you can get it.
Right, but this isn't supposed to be like a premier product. Like, this is going to drive interest back into their main, like the Switch system, the ecosystem. Because that's exactly what they're doing with the mobile titles. Like, oh, Super Mario Run. It's like, fuck, I want the new, like, actual Super Mario game.
I love that theory.
Don't think that's true at all. Like,
no, this is drumming up interest.
They said with this NES Classic that they wanted to sell this to a certain demographic, which wasn't the mass public. That's why they had limited numbers. They were trying to sell it to the people that had nostalgia for this.
Right.
But it's supposed to drum up that. That's the idea.
But that's over with. Everybody who's got nostalgia for this has a Switch now. They don't need it.
Not everybody. No. They're going for the lapsed gamers, dude. The lapsed gamers.
Yeah. I think that...
I disagree.
I don't know. I'm okay with them doing the. Here's the thing, Corey. This whole ordeal can be negated. You're right with the VC if they do like a $60 bundle pack with all of those games.
Yeah, well, they're not going to do that either. They're going to sell
obviously.
Like I said, I hope that it comes out, and it probably they did such a great job with the first one that they stopped selling it.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest part. Like, I just don't see the financial decision on that. Like, they could just sell as many as they made. They could sell as many as they make. They are right now. They sold today. They were in stores. I saw pictures. It was ridiculous today at Best Buy.
Well, it supposedly got a restock at Best Buy today.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, that's it. I mean, that's they were sending them out. They said that last week, didn't they? Like, the last shipments are going out.
I heard people were like camping out yesterday for it.
They got midnight. They got online at midnight. Each store got between 10 and 20.
What the fuck? Why are people in March fucking...
Dude, these things are selling as much as the Nintendo Switch are.
Yeah.
Nah, they don't. They're not making the number that...
I'm just saying it would. I'm saying it would.
Yeah, probably. You're right. But here's the thing is like... Okay, so there's two theories right now that I kind of belong to. All right, so one of them is the ability to hack it kind of threw them off.
Yeah, and I think Nintendo hates piracy like so bad. So yeah.
Yeah. And then the other theory is that they were just like, well, we need to move production over to the SNES and or Switch. So it's just like, I mean, because the thing is, the NES can only sell for $60. There's only so much profit margin you can make off of that.
I want to say, I think that if it's the SNES, it makes a lot of sense that they're going to cancel these. But if it's just switching over to production of the Switch, that's incorrect because it's different manufacturing facilities without a doubt. Like there's no way they're using the same facility to make the NES Classic as they are for the Switch. There's just no way. There's different components entirely.
I just think they don't want everyone to have their virtual console titles already on something else.
And that's option 3. But
that's what they love doing, Mike. They love selling you the same game over
and over
and over.
I know, but that's why they don't want everyone to have that right now, right before they reintroduce them all in the virtual
I agree with you. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think that the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Mini is going to be the thing that's going to drive interest for the Switch. That does not make sense to me.
I think it does. I understand what Tony's saying with grabbing nostalgia of the fan base.
I'm not saying directly to the Switch, but like, for example, if somebody picks up an SNES
you don't need
Mini,
it for that. And I see. Okay, go ahead.
Like, if they play like Super Mario World or Zelda: Link to the Past or Super Metroid, and then Nintendo starts advertising, oh, we got a new Metroid game or a new Zelda game or a new Mario game. They're like, yeah, you know what? I forget how much fun I had with these games when I was a kid. I should get a new system to play this new Metroid or this new Zelda or this new Mario game.
I agree.
Yeah, that'd be true if there was anything other than Zelda right now.
And that's true when that came out. I don't think now that we live in a world where Switch is available or will be available when this SNES comes out.
Will it?
It will be.
Will it?
That's my argument there.
I saw 2 in Target the other day.
Holy shit! 2 in the wild.
2? Holy shit!
I will say this. I will say this: that a lot of this NES Classic anger from me, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've never even seen the box. Like I've never
in person.
Yeah.
I never had the opportunity to feel it.
Yeah, like what's funny is like back in November, like I probably would have pre-ordered if they took pre-orders, but like it would have been a different feeling if it came out and I saw it in the store. I may not have bought it right. I may not have picked it up even then.
And see, Jim, I think I want to disagree. I'm pretty sure that you picked it up. You'd have been like, it's $60. I put it back down. You're mad because you didn't have the opportunity to turn it down.
Yes, I think I'm more angry about not having the opportunity. I think you're right. I thought about it more when the SNES got announced, and I'm like, I think I was more angry that I couldn't get it. That I was like actively trying to get it.
It was the prom queen, man.
Yes. Yes, there was that. Damn it.
It wasn't like the nerdy girl next door that you could just like turn down if you wanted.
No, you always had
winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
I am the prize, man. I am the prize. All right. Let's go to Overwatch. New maps incoming. Testing 3 new maps right now in Overwatch. New characters coming. They had a whole year
competitive
retrospective.
maps.
Competitive maps. They had a whole year retrospective, didn't they? Like Jeff Kaplan went through the whole thing about has it been out a year yet? Not yet. May, right?
May.
Next month it'll be.
So expect something big for that. I'm expecting.
Oh, I'm sure.
Big. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Competitive.
Have you guys
3 new maps though?
done any Overwatch Uprising stuff?
It's Persona, man.
I need to. When's that end? Don't say this.
A couple weeks, I think.
All right. I will.
It ends in May. I think May 11th. I want to say.
I will purposely take time away from Persona then, because like it's getting to the point where I'm like, Jesus Christ, I played this game for so long, and I don't even know how much more I have left. Like,
well, that's why like
bad.
everybody's like, oh, just play New Game Plus when it's there, and I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know.
You got to go to Horizon or something after that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go. I don't even know what I'm going to go to after. I'll probably play Doom after this, just because it's such a different game. But man, all right, let's get into what we've been up to. Tony, we can continue the conversation. You and I both been playing Persona 5 exclusively. Have you played anything else?
No.
Yeah, so Persona 5, I am 37.5 hours into it now.
Jesus. Save data or
save data. I don't know how many hours I played with reloading. I have not died much. I've died. Usually when I die, it's usually like very close to my save point, so it's like not too bad.
So minutes.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's added an extra 30 minutes into it for me. That's maybe I accidentally lost an hour before, so maybe I'm around 40, closer to 40 hours. But that's about it. How many hours have you played, Tony?
42, I want to say.
So wow, you
43.
got through that 5th palace fast. Like
I one shot. I'm
trying to. I am. That's the strategy. I just haven't gotten the opportunity to even get there yet. So I'm still in the aftermath.
The 5th palace sucked too. Like I don't like it's the worst palace so far. I'm just like because I was like I have to one shot this because I had legitimate gripes with the
4th palace at the end, but
with what part?
Can't really mention it, but
all right.
Yeah, there was some serious like what the fuck parts and they were like not like I did well in that palace, and there were sections that suddenly just cranked the difficulty up, where you're just like, what?
Yeah.
So I haven't gone to Mementos in a while. I have like 5 missions there I have to go and do. So I usually like to pile them up, and then I'll spend the whole day there.
Yeah, that's what I'll do too.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm
can
loving the
you
game.
hold a meeting, ask your party, and say like, how far in the game am I?
You should be able to ask them how far in the game you are. That'd be
no,
awesome.
but what I do kind of base it off of is how many characters I know there are, because like obviously all the box art and stuff, they show you your party members and stuff like that. Well, I'm like, I only got 1 more left, so you figure 1 more of those, and then the final dungeon or whatever.
No,
so
after we're done, I'm not saying it was spoiled for me, but it was like they didn't mark it as spoiler. Reddit's usually very good with spoiler marks. I'm not gonna say they're not, but somebody had an off mentioned the amount of palaces there are. So I'm not sure if there's more after that, but there was an analogy that was made as to. But I'll talk about it at the end of the game, Tony, when we're done. Because you'll be like, oh wow, yeah, like that is true. So it's a really cool fact, and I still love it actually. That I'm playing it, I'm like, this is really cool. But it's a fact
I haven't touched the Persona 5 subreddit at all, just to be safe.
No, I mean they mark it with spoilers, and I like popping in there for.
I know. I mean, the thing on mobile they don't
because I'm so new to it that I want to make sure I'm maximizing my time as much as possible. So I'm like trying to see if there's other ideas that people have, and I try to stay away from the spoiler marked topics. But every now and again, obviously I haven't read. That's the only spoiler that I've read, and I thought it was cool, so it's fine with me. But so it's not even a spoiler, but it kind of it's cool. They have so many subtle things in this game. Like there are so many little subtle things that they put into this game. You're just like that you can pick up and you can miss very easily, anyways. So
there's a lot of dialogue. Like what I like about Persona is it's one of the few RPGs where like talking to people actually matters. Like. Yes. It will actually open up places for you to go,
so
new characters.
So my job in the game. The first time I was there, I let it go through and nothing happened. Nothing happened. So the second time I went there, I just hit the fast forward button, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Who ordered this?" And I'm like,
It's like what?
I got every single question wrong. It was like I was like, oh man, I am not leveling myself up right now. So you do have to be careful. Like there's that fast forward button. You're like, at times I'm like, I don't need it, and then you like ask a question like, it's like it's definitely a case of are you paying attention to me? And like, oh yeah, totally. No, I wasn't.
No.
What difficulty you guys playing on?
I'm on
normal or
normal.
hard?
Yeah,
Normal. Fuck.
Oh.
This is not. So here's the thing. I like Persona, but at the same time, I have major grievances with some of the mechanics. Like straight up the what is it? The Hama and Mudun skills that are just like have chance to instantly kill you. I think are such fucking bullshit in a game that if your main character dies, you just game over. There's no chance to resuscitate.
I've got certain abilities with certain guys. I'm like, so I'm facing this guy. I'm like, oh dude, I'm gonna totally steamroll these people. And then they use Mudo on that character. I'm like, and it works. And I'm just like, fuck you. Or it's an instant reload. They could be an instant reload.
That's the thing that pisses me off too, because like it's probably like only like a 10% chance or 15% chance to succeed. But when it fucking hits, it's a game over. Like you can't do shit about it. It's just like, fuck you, fuck your progress.
There was one boss
load your
fight.
save.
There was one boss fight that I got stuck in a terrible loop. Like it was like I was behind the 8 ball with it. Like something lucky hit. I didn't die, but it was like that constant struggle. I burned through so many items that it was just like, because I'm like, there was no option. There's an item I haven't used yet that I got. It's a really powerful item, and I'm not using it. So every other item, I went through everything else, and I'm just like, no, I'm not fucking using this item until I am at the last fight, and then I will use that thing. But
that's what you get for the free download, isn't it?
Oh, okay. I'm not using that item. I'm not using it. So
that's what I was going to. Yeah, I asked you guys if I should sell that, and you said sell it.
What? Oh no!
Last week
we said no. We didn't. We said money's very easy to come across. We literally said that. I remember Tony saying that and me completely agreeing with him.
Okay. In any case, it's a quick. So you know how I was trying to one-shot Dungeon 1? Yeah. Apparently you can't one-shot it no matter what.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to spoil anything for you on this. So there are certain things. Yeah. Certain.
Well, no. I mean, I just beat Dungeon 1, and so I spent all this time. Basically, spent an hour trying to do this thing, and I couldn't do it.
Like I didn't want to spoil it for you, but yeah.
I understand. I appreciate that. I didn't want any spoilers,
you had
but
no idea.
I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. That I like got myself set up, ready to go, and then like, well, let's get out of here. That's Morgana for you. There you go, Tony.
Thank you, Morgana. Still,
the thing I have to mention though with this game that I find very frustrating and it's really pissed me off is the stupid hide mechanic, like the cover mechanic. That thing fucked me over so many times.
There are so many times that I think I'm jumping at somebody and I'm jumping the wall and then they just run at me and hit me and I'm like, oh.
And like you like rotate around things and you're like, no,
that's annoying.
No.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, you have to remember to like press the.
I was like,
cancel
fuck
button.
that.
Yeah, you have to press B to cancel or the circle button. You have to press circle to cancel and.
That was frustrating because that lost me like half an hour easily, just because of that stupid mechanic.
Yeah, like I get what they're going for, but like it's not really skill based because like if you're in like a hiding position, like the enemy can walk up right next to you and it's not going to see you. You're just like. Like that, and it's just like
I was like, he does. Like they were walking right next to me in that sequence, and I was there, and I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna see me. It's like, I don't know. I'm not like it's the first time it happened, so I'm like, and then he walked past me. I'm like, and your guy is literally just standing there like.
But I mean, I understand what they're going for, but like, it doesn't evolve. It doesn't like that's the mechanic. You like learn it in the first dungeon, and that's it for the rest of the game. So yeah, I understand what they're going for, but I think the implementation could have been better. But I don't know, like the gameplay for Persona pisses me off.
I can see
in a way that Fire Emblem doesn't.
There's nothing like crazy deep with like the combat parts of it, so it's like you want to get through the battles quick. Like the Persona Fusion stuff is really cool, like that's fine. Like there's depth there, but like the actual combat there's not. So it's like 100 hours of a game, like. That's a lot of repetition combat for it's a JRPG. It's a classic JRPG at its core.
So, I would say the boss fights are always interesting, and this game they do kind of like vary it up with just what kind of things they ask you to do. But yeah, like the base encounters is just like, all right, let me trigger weakness and just all out attack. I need to just fucking get through you guys without wasting my MP on you.
That's what it comes to. Like, and I've learned that. That's the one. Like for me, this is my first Persona game, so it's me learning that after the first Palace was huge. And now I've gotten even better. Like the fourth Palace, I went. That was my first. Just no break kind of thing, and it was like, I mean, I was ready for everything except for I did have to reload once because of a sequence I was mentioning to Tony there earlier.
Yeah.
But you know, the depth, like that's a cool part of it. There's like so many learning aspects that I'm not used to in a game. And I gotta say, the other thing I've learned about this is from now on I will pre-order, if like Persona 6 comes out, I will get the limited edition because I do wish I had the soundtrack. I really find myself today humming the soundtrack at my desk. So,
the soundtrack you get in the Take Your Heart edition isn't the complete soundtrack.
Oh,
though.
It's not? Oh, wow.
It's a sampler.
I'm like kicking myself because I'm like, I wish I'd gotten that. I would love this soundtrack.
I think it's on iTunes.
It is. It's $30.
Probably on Spotify too. Actually,
it's not yet, but I have checked.
No? Oh,
so I'm gonna wait. It will be on Amazon and Spotify, I'm sure, soon. So
yeah.
But
I mean, the music in these games it's always
so
really
good. I had
well
no
done.
idea it was that good, actually. It's like I said, my first Persona game, really. So let's take a quick break from us, Corey. We'll get back to you in a second. But Mike, what have you been?
I've been playing Andromeda this whole time still. Up to 91 hours in that game.
Holy shit!
It's you, me, and Tony combined in Persona. Or Tony,
yeah.
Jim, and me combined.
All three of us
I've had
combined.
a few extra weeks. I'm doing pretty much all the side stuff I could. I have full viability, if you know what that is. Jim's the only one who knows what that is. I have it on all planets I could. I'm noticing...
What the result of that is at some point.
I'm sure there's something.
I know you'll
know
find
what
it out.
is.
Yeah,
It's called an achievement. It pops.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
And I've even romanced a character.
A man or a woman?
No, a woman. I chose like.
You didn't accidentally do my man romance that I did?
No, I didn't do that. The thing is with these games is I'm convinced Jal is the only character up to Mass Effect standards.
Yes, I said that hours ago. I made that realization 10 hours in.
No, yeah. No, he's like a good character. His stuff is good. His loyalty stuff, that's good. I like that. Everyone else has kind of interesting side quests, but they're just not as interesting as characters.
And I'm going to tell you why. They aren't the original set. They are the same races, but they are not Garrus. They are not Rex. They are not...
No, they're just like sort of generic Asari number 1.
That's what I'm saying.
Like human bitch number 2.
Jal
this
works.
Guy is a Krogan.
Jal works because he's a new
race
character.
Yeah, you need to learn his shit.
I feel like that was one of the biggest missed opportunities from this company.
I would have loved to see at least like branching races, maybe of like even them, like just a couple more, like. But so we get all these same people. They're all
Yeah.
So my romance partner I wasn't too interested in, but she was inoffensive, and they put more time into the romance scenes.
You're inoffensive, so.
Yeah, no, they put more like time into the romance scenes, I think, than any other animation.
That's what I've read. Yeah, their animation for Korra is supposed to be like.
Yeah, that's the one I chose. She's not interesting.
No,
but she's not annoying like PB. I wasn't gonna choose PB because fuck her. She pisses me off.
I like PB. She's a little like
she's
sparky.
Irritating as hell.
She's too generic looking for.
I'm sick of her shit.
Is that the Game of Thrones chick?
No. She's just the ship doctor.
Can you romance her? I don't think you can.
I don't know. I think you can. The Scottish chick. She's kind of interesting too, but she's not a main character really.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been some good side quests, and I'm pretty good at it. I did advance the story a little more, but as I'm doing this, we have this new limits to the inventory, so I have like 100 and something things. I'm finally figuring out how the research and all that bullshit is going. I have a lot of shit, and now I'm noticing the game is starting to run like shit, like bad now. In the Tempest, in your main ship.
How much storage space do you have in your hard drive?
It's always almost full, and then I have to delete stuff to put stuff in.
So, Mike, here's how this works with hard drives. Just crash course here. If it's under 20% utilization, like if you're over that, like if you have less than 20% left on your hard drive, you're going to
around there.
You're going to have performance degradation automatically. It gets fragmented like crazy.
The update, I think, also caused a little bit of this.
I think the update did because it increased the inventory by like double, and I'm using it now. So in the Tempest, the actual ship, like the frame rate, and you're not even in action. It just drops so bad. I saw Liam walk into space, which I wanted to keep him there once.
Oh man!
But it's starting
to have
character.
Like another.
I hate him so much. Like I didn't want to do his loyalty mission because I just wanted him to like not like me. But I went on it and I said just the douchey things to him every time. I'm like, fuck you. You're just a fuck up. Everything you do is wrong. Like this was a bad idea. You did this wrong the whole time. I mean, that was all right. That was fun. I made that mission
you still
fun.
passed the loyalty mission.
Yeah, he still got my loyalty. Although he did say I could be a dick sometimes later, but that's what he gets for sucking so hard. But whatever. I'll delete like some old game and we'll see if it improves that. But other than that, it's a flawed game, but I'm still putting time in and it's worth it for me. Yeah. That's it.
Hopefully it's worth it for you, like if they continue the franchise. We don't know.
So you've already put more time into this than Horizon, and
well, there's just a lot more content in this than Horizon.
Yeah, like that's the other thing. Like I was.
The game is huge, actually. Like if you really like explore these planets, it's a huge game. The problem is if you go too fast while exploring, you stutter.
Like it doesn't make it a better game. It doesn't make it a better game. Like I'm going to be surpassing my Zelda time involved, and I'm not going to say Persona's better than Zelda. Like it's just
I know.
That
there's a balance with quantity and quality. I think both have value, but obviously, like you can make up for a little bit of quality. I think with extra quantity, if it's okay quantity. If it's a lot of okay, is better than just a little bit of really good. I think. But, some people might disagree. I think, this is above average to bad for most of it. And there's enough above average where I'm like, all right, this is fun. I like doing this. So that's
when it Mass Effects, it's cool. When it doesn't, it's shit.
Yeah, when it feels like Mass Effect, I'm like, oh, that's a cool twist. The Ryder family secret quest line, that's one you should follow through with if you get into the game again.
I haven't gotten rid
this
of
is Mass Effect right here.
I haven't gotten rid of the game. You know what game I think I'm going to actually get rid of? I thought about it today. Is I'm probably going to trade in Final Fantasy because I'm not going to play it anymore.
It's worth it.
What?
But yeah.
Wait. What'd you say, Tony?
I was going to say I thought you were planning on it when the DLC was coming out.
Yeah, I was, but I'm just like I'm not going to go back and play that game. I'm just not going to now. Like I can feel it. Like I'm just not like when I have downtime, I'm going to play. Like I just mentioned, Doom. I got Forza Horizon 3. I've got.
I'm not blaming you.
Yeah, like, I just don't see myself going back.
Got Mario Kart at the end of the week, man.
I got Mario Kart. Yeah, Mario Kart.
That's Puyo Puyo Tetris comes out tomorrow.
This is the problem.
By the time you hear this.
This is the problem with like legitimate DLC that's actually made post-release is that it comes out when you're done with the game so much. It's hard to go back a lot. So. That's a problem.
You got to have a really good game to stand for DLC for that. For me, even.
Well, the thing is, Final Fantasy. Okay, so like I'll even directly compare Final Fantasy 15 because of how terribly it ended. Just left a sour taste in my mouth. And reminder: I platinumed this game. Like I invested fucking time into this game, and I'm just like, sure, like they're coming out with DLC, and I'm just like, like it just doesn't do anything. Same thing with Fallout 4. Like DLC was coming out, and I was like, Yeah. Now Zelda, on the other hand, I'm just like, okay, well, depending on what they're gonna do, I'm interested in that.
I haven't bought it yet, but I am interested in it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's funny to take that back to Mass Effect. Like I'm looking up like YouTube videos of Mass Effect because I'm on the kick, obviously, and I'm seeing all this stuff from Citadel DLC, and it looks really great. And I'm like, why didn't I get this? I'm like, oh, because I didn't want to play the game anymore after the fucking ending. But so there's this quality DLC that they had for Mass Effect 3 that just went unplayed because the ending pissed me off so much. It's a shame.
I mean, that and they took out like an actual good character and hid it behind the DLC, right? The
No, that wasn't that one. That was Prothean. That was.
Prothean.
I mean, that was
a pre-order bonus.
Oh, was it? I thought it was the second one. Oh, that was okay.
Pre-order bonus.
I don't know because I bought everything until the thing ended, and then I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I heard that character is actually really good for like lore and story and universe building.
You get a little extra from,
but instead you get like the fucking generic soldier who's like, "Oh, you're the new guy." Like, this is the third game, bro. Like, I don't care about you. I'm not investing any time to you.
Fucking Freddie Prinze Jr.
You're a meat shield. That's it.
Yep. Expendable. He's expendable as Jacob for me. And who was the first one? Expendable. Who's the first kid?
Ashley?
Caden was expendable, Jacob was expendable,
Ashley.
and so was Freddie Prinze Jr.
Pretty much any male, like, human character that starts with you in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I had them as expendable automatically.
Fuck them. Just forget them.
Yep.
They need to die.
Corey, did you play anything besides Persona? I know you've been busy.
Persona, like, I have not been able to play much at all, really. This week has been pretty bad. So Persona finally beat the first dungeon or palace, and yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. Like I said, that mechanic really pissed me off with the hiding mechanic. And, like, it's stupid because sometimes you can stand right next to something, an enemy, and there's, like, a little, like, median in between you guys, and he doesn't see you. Like, why am I ducking? Like, it's no point in that. So that's it. And, like, I am enjoying Persona. I really want to get into it more. Just gotta find the time. And Destiny's calling with stuff, and
yeah.
I have Overwatch stuff to do. I need to do my placements in that, so we'll see.
All right.
One thing that I want to go back to, because the story in Persona is actually really interesting. I'm going to keep it vague because obviously it's something I've
said. I mean, that's the main draw in this game is the story. So,
but, like, I mean, so you have the main story. Yeah, and the main story actually, it's getting to a point where it's actually making me think, like, you know, there's some real world, real life lessons to be learned from it, I think. And just, like, how things evolve and, like, where it's progressing, where it's like, yeah, I mean, you're just starting out, you're like, yeah, we're going to be like Phantom Thieves. Yeah, we're cool. And it's just like, where it goes, you're just like, well, I guess I didn't think about it from this angle. Like, you know, and again, just leaving it vague to, like, where it goes, because you're just like, oh, I didn't expect this. Not to mention, like, how dark it is. Like, every time I think that, like, okay, that was pretty dark, it's like the next story bit. It's just like
I don't know. Like, I feel like the first one for me was the darkest. Maybe I haven't gotten to I didn't get to the fifth palace yet, but, like, I didn't feel like the fourth one was second, third, or fourth. I'm trying to think what happened in the third one.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as dark as 3, but it's obviously darker
nothing
than
is as
4.
dark as 3. Persona 3 is like, I'm surprised the main character just did not kill himself from the get-go, because it's just like,
yeah, I mean, he kind of tries.
The evoker, yeah, I know.
All right,
but, he's trying. Yes, he's trying. And that's why, like, I love that meme where it's like Persona 3 that shows, like, the main character's like, yep, you're dead. Persona 4, like, dancing all night. And Persona 5, you're just like, beat the fuck up. It's like, one of these main characters is not like the other two, but, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, even, like, the side stories, which is, you know, something I really enjoy, is just, like, seeing how all your confidence, like, how their story evolves and stuff like that, because, you know, it's something you could choose to ignore. The game kind of really hints that you shouldn't. And this one especially, like, you really can't afford to skip them, because you learn some very, like, useful skills. Like, the one guy is straight up teaching me, like, stuff. It's like, oh, the characters that aren't in your party get extra experience. And I was like, damn, now they're not going to be as useless. Like,
yep, that was a huge ability to get, yeah.
Because like in the other Persona games, it's just like they got so far behind. I'm just like, you're fucking useless to me. Like, I can't even bring you into this goddamn dungeon because you're a liability.
That's honestly why I used 2 other characters in the 4th palace, because they weren't far enough behind yet. They were like 3 levels down. But I was like, I'm going to use them because I need to keep them close. So, but then I got that ability like right at the end, and I'm like, oh, now it's okay, good.
And then, there's this other character who's teaching how to like swap characters mid battle. It's just like, what? Like you've never been able to do that.
There's some really cool stuff, and then like, you know, the only thing I find slightly annoying is leveling out my stats. I feel like it takes way too fucking long, and I can't advance.
It's just like real life,
can't advance
man.
bonds.
It's like real life.
I'm not charming enough, damn it.
No.
I need more guts. I need more charm. I'm way behind on all that stuff.
I do like how the game is pretty funny about like. Certain things will happen. It's like, I think I grew some guts there or some charm there. It's like, really? Like, after that, like, this little exchange of, like, you get hit or something like that. It's like, all right, cool. Like, I guess I'll take the stat increase and not question this. But, yeah. No, it's fun. It's addictive. It's just...
Just wish it was mobile.
Dude, You have no idea. Like every time I look at my Switch, I'm like, why is this game not on the Switch? Because like
I was thinking that today while I was at work. I'm like, although then my work would be, I would be dead. I would lose my job.
I would be dead.
I would lose my job.
You would be fired.
Yeah, like there was no chance I'd put it down.
Because the thing is, like, I do have to say, like, outside the dungeons, the game is very easy to be like one more day. Like, I'm just gonna do like one more day.
A lot of times they make you like there's a string. Like I'm in the middle of a string right now that I'm not saved at. Like I'm on the podcast here, but I never. It's loaded right now, so I'm I can't save yet. So, but it does do that. It strings like a couple days together where you can't save sometimes. But usually at night they give you the option, but every now and again it just skips right through it. So that bastard doesn't tell you to go to bed.
He just like, let's go to bed.
You know what just happened to me the other night? We actually there was plot during the day, and I was back in my room, and I'm like, let me just go and check the bench to see if I can actually do something. And I sat down, I'm like, holy shit, he didn't say go to bed. He didn't say go to bed. Oh my God, what do I do? I had no idea what to do at first. I was like, I actually loaded up that little screen to see what people did, and I'm like, yeah you can do things. This is amazing. I was shocked. I was blown away that I could actually do something at night after plot story. So, anyways, all right. I think we should wrap up 341. I don't know why I said 2. Let's wrap it. Gamescast 341. We'll come to a close. Let's say follow us on Twitter at All You Can Geek. Like us on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, subscribe to our YouTube. What else did I forget? Rate us on iTunes. Tune into movie casts. If you don't hear those, listen to those. Keep checking in. Stay classy.
Still confidence in these guys. Listen.